as long, my sister, I know you've been reading the Bible, but as long as we say it's laid up, the wicked going to keep it. But God says it's time for us to tell that money, you don't belong to the wicked, you belong to us. And I want you to get in the right place. Money coming to me now. Somebody help me dance up here. Glory to God.
So can you tell where the pain's at right now?
The tightness in my lower body.
That's it right there, Marcia. Ooh, take a deep breath. Is healing you right now. You get out on a little kosha.
And there is not a scintilla of connection between blacks or Negroes or Africans in America and the connection with the diaspora of the Jews that gave birth to Jesus and that were there during the time of the Maccabees and during the time of the great king of Israel, David. There's not one scintilla of evidence.
Shalom, 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 brothers and sisters. Welcome to another edition of Maccabeestv. It is your brother, Priest Danyaahla, representing Lions of Israel, Maccabeestv. I want to say peace and blessings and shalom to everybody that's watching. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everyone is doing well. We have another impromptu video this afternoon. I don't plan on being before you brothers and sisters too long, but I did want to go live at least one time this week outside of the live that I did. At least one time this week on this channel, and I'll visit in with the brothers and sisters and see how everybody's doing. Hopefully everybody's well. I want to say peace and blessings to everybody. You brothers and sisters already know the etiquette, and we're going to talk about the etiquette today. What is the etiquette when you come in the house? If you're in my house, I want you to hit the like button or the dislike button. Doesn't really matter to me either way. Why? Because both of those things trigger the algorithm. Comments trigger the algorithm, so forth and so on. And we're going to have a little short, brief conversation about algorithms today, just to bring a little bit of clarity to brothers and sisters as to what's going on social media platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Amazon, so forth and so on. I'm going to give you brothers and sisters a brief rundown about algorithms so you brothers and sisters can know what's happening. Because sometimes I hear people, all of us as content creators, sometimes we make comments, but I'm not really sure if people understand how this thing really works. So I'm going to help you guys out today. Before we get to that, though, I do want to shout out, my people that's in the house. So I see my blood is in the building, so I want to say peace and blessings and shalom to you. Shield of Wisdom, of course, shalom to you. The Big Reese Project, Salakia, shalom to you. Roger Parham, shalom to you. Sisters of the Maccabees, shalom to you. We are going to get into our subject matter shortly, but before we get into that, I just need to make a comment really quickly, if I could. So earlier in the week, you brothers and sisters saw that I made a video, about 2 days ago, addressing something that was said concerning the Healthy Hebrews group on Facebook, so forth and so on. Um, and I'm not going to really belabor the point, but I want to let you brothers and sisters know that the brother that I spoke about reached out to me, and on behalf of his household, he apologized to myself and my household. We haven't had a chance to literally speak on the phone yet, but the brother did reach out, and he humbled himself and he apologized for what was said. And upon doing further research, he realized that that was a mistake what they said, and so that's where it ends for me, family. The Bible says a just man falls 7 times and gets back up, right? We're all trying to get ourselves together. We're all trying to get ourselves right. None of us are perfect. Sometimes we jump the gun. I jump the gun sometimes myself. And when you do and you realize that you do, you make the situation right, you rectify the situation, and you move on from that. If the Most High held us accountable for every mistake that every one of us made, I'm talking about since we've been awoken, and it's true. If the Most High held our feet to the fire for every mistake that we made, would none of us be getting the kingdom? Would none of us get the kingdom? So it's all good. What I'm saying? That's where it ends for me. I don't really have anything else to say on the subject matter. The works that we do, especially for those of y'all that's on Facebook, that's in the Healthy Hebrews group, for the works that we do speak for themselves. So we're going to continue moving forward doing what it is that we do. And those of y'all that benefit from the work, I say all praise to the Most High for that. And the ones of you that don't, it's not for you then. It's just really that simple. Like, we don't have to make things complicated. You guys that's over on Facebook, you guys can also hit the like button as well. Joseph Israel, I see you. Shalom to you. Charloya, of course. Shalom to you as well. Alrighty. Okay. So, I just want to get into a little conversation about algorithms, if I could. And I want to show you, brothers and sisters, 2 articles really quickly. I'm not going to read the whole article, but I just think it's, I was reading the articles and I said that this is something that I think that people can benefit from, so I said I would just do a brief video and just show you, brothers and sisters, a couple of, like a paragraph or 2 out of both of these articles, so we all can have a better understanding of how this whole YouTube algorithm thing works, right? So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about, I've mentioned it before on the channel, but it's always new people, it's always people that may not have heard before. So I like to tell you, brothers and sisters, a little bit about how I came to understand how these whole algorithm things work, because algorithms impacted me negatively in my previous job, not the job I have now, but the previous job I had before. And I'm going to tell you, brothers and sisters, something. I want y'all to stay with me. Listen very carefully, right? Listen very carefully to what I'm telling y'all, because many of you guys don't know this, right? And I didn't know this until I was in that field. I used to work for American Express Platinum. I used to work for Amex Platinum, okay? Platinum department. So you guys know that you have the American Express card, then you have the Amex Platinum card, and then you guys have the American Express Centurion card. The Centurion card is what we colloquially call the black card. Everybody knows about, the Amex Black. That's not what it's called in American Express. It's called the Centurion card. So I was in the middle working with the Amex Black card. The Amex Platinum card, right? That's the card in the middle. For you to have an American Express Platinum card, you sitting on at least 6 figures in the bank, if not $1 million. That's all you're talking to. You're not talking to no poor people. You're talking to people that have a lot of money, right? Millionaires and up. Okay? So I worked in the travel department for American Express Travel. And what used to happen is that we had to make travel itineraries for people. They wanted to travel on vacation. If their college was having a homecoming game, they wanted to travel to their college for the homecoming game, and you'd have to book their whole itinerary from start to finish. And what I'm trying to relay to you, brothers, and I'm not going to belabor the point, I'm just going to get right to the point. How it affected me negatively was a lot of times these people will call in to get an idea or to price a trip. Okay, so let's say they went to Michigan State. You're a Michigan State alumni. You went to Michigan State. They're having their homecoming game, right? So you want me to book a hotel, a car, and a plane trip to homecoming for Michigan State, right? You have tens of thousands of people from all over the country coming to Michigan for homecoming, right? Okay. So you call into American Express Platinum Travel and you're talking to me, and I book a whole itinerary for you. I tell you what the price is for this, that, and the third, how much it is, and I give you a price. And the guy, the man it's the husband. Oh, sir, that's great. That's a great price. That's a great price. I'll tell you what, I have to discuss it with my wife. I'm going to call you back in an hour. Okay? Okay. There is an office of over 100 people in there, me and 100 other people. So there's 100 other people looking at the same itinerary, the same hotels in the same city, the same car rentals in the same city, and the same flights going to the same city. So all of the people that were working in Amex Travel were looking at the same itineraries. And what would happen is what the airlines, the car rental companies, and the hotels have in common is they have an algorithm on their websites. So the algorithm is looking at how many people are looking at a particular flight on a particular day. How many people are looking at particular cars in a particular city on a particular day. How many people are looking at flights on a particular day to a particular city. And the more hits that you get on those particular flights, cars, hotels, the algorithm will raise the price. It's not human beings sitting there doing that. It's the algorithm. It's the algorithm. Okay. Now, give me 1 second, y'all. It's lucky. It's the algorithm. Okay. So, now husband goes and talks to wife. Then husband calls me back 2 hours later. Okay, I'm ready to book. Now I have to rebuild the same itinerary. I got to find the same flight that I mentioned to you before. I got to find the same hotel I mentioned to you before and the same car that I mentioned to you before. Problem is, it's 99 other people in this room that was looking at the same flights, itineraries, cars, so forth and so on. So the algorithm done raised the price. 2 hours ago, I quoted you the whole trip might cost you $2,000. Now you're calling me back 2 hours later, the trip costs you $3,000. It's the algorithm that does stuff like that. I don't know if you guys know that. I don't know if you guys know. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. Now, why am I saying all of this, right? So what would happen is, it's not me, but because I work for American Express, at the end of the call, the system would say, hey, I want you to rate your experience with the agent that you just spoke to. And these guys would give me a 1s and 2s, which is the low score, not because they were mad at me, but they were mad at Amex and the algorithm on his website. So they would give me low scores. Low scores. And the people that you give low scores to, a lot of times, they're let go by those jobs. I don't know if y'all know that. When you have that, the computer saying, after this call with this representative, right, fill out, take a quick survey, so forth and so on. You take the quick survey. You're not mad at the representative because they was doing their job. You're mad at Sprint. You're mad at T-Mobile. You're mad at Verizon. You're mad at them. So you give a low score, not to the rep, but you gave a low score to the rep. And the algorithm is watching their low scores, and a lot of times they get let go. And you guys don't even know that. Algorithms rule the world. Did you guys know that stuff? I'm curious. Did you guys know that stuff? If you didn't know, now you know. I'm going to give you guys another example, and then I'm going to show you guys 2 articles. I'm going to give you guys another example. I'm going to show you guys 2 articles, right? You guys see this book right here? You see the book is fraying at the ends, right? I probably need another copy. You guys see this book right here? This is an old book. The clowns in the fake woke conscious community that's always quoting a white zaddy and what he said because they don't have no real scholarship. You know what I'm saying? So they quote their white zaddy. That's not what we do. This book might have been compiled by a white man, but what's in here is primaries. So I don't need the white man to tell me nothing. My 2 eyes tell me what it is. This is a book called The Rise of Russia, right? I'm going to show you guys how this algorithm works. I'm going to give y'all an example in real time. The name of the book is called The Rise of Russia. This is a very, very rare book. Very rare. Okay, it was printed by Time Life Books, right? I'm going to show you guys something. Why do I like this book? What's in here? Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you guys what's in here. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me make sure you guys can see, right? Okay. You guys see that right there? Make sure you guys can see that. Make sure you guys can see the writing. Okay, right there. Real time. You guys see that? Can you see the writing? That guy in the middle, let's come a little closer. That guy right there, that guy's name is Fedor. Okay, the camera's clear now. You guys should see that. That guy's name is Fedor. You guys see the yellow highlight right there? That is the son of Ivan the Terrible. That's a black man. This is a book that was put together by Time Life Books, a rare book. That is a black man. His name is Fedor. He's the son of Ivan the Terrible. How do you guys think that black iconography got into Russia? How do you think? It was black Russian czars that's responsible for that stuff. Now, I'm going to show you guys something, right? I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to share my screen. 1 second. Hold on. Let's see here. Chrome tab. Okay. Now, let me come here, get myself out of the picture just for a second. Show you guys something, right? All right. Here's the book right here. It's very rare. The book came out in 1975. 1975, right? The book right now currently is $19.54 on Amazon. $19.54. Let's say 100 of you guys go out and say that $20 is not bad. I want that for my archives, whatever. And you all go to Amazon right now. All of you guys are going to get a different price. The first couple of people that go to Amazon may get that $19.54 price. You might just get that. But by the time person 20, 25 goes to the website to try to order the same book, this book will go up from $19.54 to $100. Why? Because of the algorithm. These algorithms track these things. Oh, that book is popular? Raise the price. Raise the price. That's the way these things work. That's the way these things work. Now, let me go ahead and let me get right to the articles that I want to get to. So let's go ahead and let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Let's come right here. Let me show you guys something. Okay. Where do I want to start? Here. Let's do here first. All right. This is a reprint of an article that appeared in, I first saw this article in Bloomberg.com. That's the way I first saw this article. But Bloomberg.com wanted me to subscribe and pay them. I'm not paying them for nothing. So I found a reprint of this article in the Washington Post. Canada has produced hundreds of YouTube stars. Why is Trudeau trying to change it? Now, I'm not going to read this whole article because there's really just one paragraph I kind of want to focus on. So I'm going to tell you guys what this is all about. What this is all about is that the president of Canada, or prime minister, whatever he is, right? He feels as though YouTube is recommending in their recommendations too many American videos to Canadian citizens. So what they did was they passed a law called C10 in Canada. The law is called C10. And what they did was they said to YouTube, you have to start recommending more Canadian videos to Canadian citizens. How will YouTube do that? By adjusting its algorithm in Canada and suggesting whatever videos that the government says that they should suggest. That's what's happening. The algorithm is easily manipulated and controlled to send out and support what it wants to support. That's the thing. Now, let me come down here and let me show you guys this. Let me find the part that I want. Let's see. Hold on a second, y'all. Here we go, right here. This is the part of the article I want right here. It says, annoyingly, few megawatt Canadian YouTubers have weighed in on the bill C10. That's the bill that I told you guys about that was proposed and passed in Canada by the Prime Minister Trudeau. The bill is called C10. Annoyingly, few megawatt Canadian YouTubers have weighed in on the bill called C10. So a lot of the people from Canada that have big YouTube platforms, when they saw this law pass, they were silent. They didn't say nothing. That's what the article is saying. Many are doubtless wary of getting political, but I'm sure just as many don't really think that Ottawa's plan to fiddle with the site's discoverability algorithm in order to elevate more politically correct content creators will be all that impactful. You guys see that? So YouTube, now we're beginning to understand, and this is the purpose of this video. YouTube has something that is termed a discoverability algorithm. And what this algorithm does is it elevates people that are more politically correct. That is why you will see on your YouTube recommendations all the big platforms, CNBC, CBS, NBC, and all these other platforms. You'll see kids opening presents on Christmas and all that stuff, birthday presents, with millions of views. But the small content creators, under 100,000, especially if you're not politically correct, you do not hit the discoverability algorithm. Why? Because of what you're talking about. The algorithm recognizes certain keywords. Shout out to Doggy Diamonds. I was watching a video he did day before yesterday. He had somebody call into his call-in show. He wasn't the person that said it. He had somebody call into his call-in show and mention the pandemic words. Y'all know what that word is. Mention it. Mention the jab word that starts with the letter V. Mention it. This is the caller, not the host of the show, the caller. Don't y'all know YouTube struck the video down? Struck it down based on the caller. He's like, wait a minute, I didn't say it. The caller said it. Struck it down. Because the algorithm recognizes certain words. It's called the discoverability algorithm. So YouTube has the ability to do that. So what I'm showing you, brothers and sisters, is we all do it. When we're all talking about how, YouTube is not sending out our notifications, and you don't understand why you have all these subscribers, but your videos are not doing well. You're not hitting the discoverability algorithm because of what you're talking about. It could be the way you titled your video. It could be the keywords that you put in your video, right? It could be something you said in your video or your overall channel. They suppress you. You don't hit the discoverability algorithm, which is why a lot of videos are suppressed. And how we proliferate our videos in Israel is why you hear a lot of content creators in Israel, a lot of YouTube channels in Israel saying, brothers and sisters, hit the like button. Hit the dislike button. Comment on the video. I know y'all get tired of hearing that, but that's the only way that you could possibly maybe hit the discoverability algorithm. And even with that, you're probably not. Because it is geared towards people that's politically correct. Now, this is in Canada. But I'm extrapolating and using common sense to know if they are manipulating the discoverability algorithm in Canada to elevate people that are politically correct. Y'all don't think that's happening here? So, like I said, no disrespect to nobody. It's not because what you teach has some special, they just suppressing my channel because I got so much truth. They're doing it to everybody. Every Israelite, everybody. Everybody. Because you're not politically correct. I just wanted to show you, brothers and sisters, this algorithms run the world, family. Y'all, you just don't know. YouTube algorithm is very, very sophisticated. They have a closed captioning feature in the YouTube studio. Many of y'all creators don't even know that. The closed captioning feature is listening and catching every word that you're saying. You don't think they put in keywords in there that if you say it, it suppresses your video? Of course. Of course. All right. Let me go ahead and share the next. Let me go ahead and share the next one. Right here. Look at this. Look at this. This is from Bloomberg.com as well. Amazon is using an algorithm as its human resources department. Did y'all hear what I said? Amazon.com. And we all order packages from Amazon, books from Amazon. We all order this, that, and the third from Amazon. Amazon is using an algorithm as its human resources department. You can't call nobody. You can't plead your case or nothing. The algorithm is HR. And you're going to read, I'm going to show you a little bit of this article. Our people that work for Amazon are being fired by the algorithm. That's who's firing them. Did y'all know that? Look, fired by the bot at Amazon. It's you against the machine. Pardon me, y'all. Contract drivers say algorithms terminate them by email. Y'all see that? Even when they have done nothing wrong. So no, you don't get called into HR to be like, hey, you know, such and such, you know, and you could talk to a human being and say, well, this is why and that's why. No. No. You get fired by the algorithm. The algorithm is tabulating certain things about you as a contract driver for Amazon. And then once it tabulates certain things, if you don't meet certain criteria, you get an email saying you're fired. Period. You ain't talking to nobody. You can't plead your case, nothing. Look, Stephen Normandin spent almost 4 years racing around Phoenix driving packages as a contract driver for Amazon.com Inc. Then one day he received an automated email. The algorithms tracking him had decided he wasn't doing his job properly. You guys have seen this stuff in movies and stuff like that. They make it to be, we're all sitting in the movie theater, eating popcorn, being entertained. It's here. It's real. It's real. The 60-year-old Army veteran was stunned. He had been fired by what? By a machine. Now, you see an Edomite right here, but I'm going to tell you something. Most of the contract drivers that I know, I live in an area where there is an Amazon, about 20 minutes from me, there's an Amazon facility, and it's mostly our people, mostly Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, and Black people working for Amazon and driving the contract drivers and all that. Okay. Normandin says Amazon punished him for things beyond his control that prevented him from completing his deliveries, such as a locked apartment complexes. So here it is. You go to an apartment complex, right? And the complex is locked. You are a driver for Amazon. You go to the complex is locked. So you can't get in. You did your job. You got there. You can't get in, so you can't make the delivery. The algorithm doesn't see nothing. It just sees that you didn't make the delivery. That's it. It doesn't take into effect the extenuating circumstances. It sees that you didn't deliver the package, and you get fired by the algorithm. Period. That's the world that we're living in. He said he took the termination hard and priding himself on strong work ethic, recall, whatever. This is not really important. Okay, let's just come right here. It says Amazon became the world's largest online retailer in part by outsourcing its sprawling operations to algorithms. And part of what it turned over to the algorithms is just firing people. The algorithm is just looking at the data, the numbers, the statistics, not taking into account anything else. Sets of computers, instruction designed to solve specific problems. For years, the company has used algorithms to manage the millions of third-party merchants on its online marketplace, drawing comparisons that sellers have been booted off after being falsely accused of selling counterfeit goods. So you could be, if you're somebody that sells on Amazon, you could be booted off of Amazon by the algorithm for selling something that was fake, even though you were selling something that was real. And as I just showed you, brothers and sisters, before, you could go to Amazon and buy a book, and I could go there 2 hours later and the price done went up. All that is based on the algorithm. That's what it is. The algorithms are controlling everything now. I've gone over this before. When you look at China, China has something that they call sesame credit. That's an algorithm. Your credit score in China is not just based on finances. Your credit score in China is what they call a social credit score. It's based on if you cross the street at the right place. Yes. If you don't post certain things on social media, you're supposed to post government propaganda. If you arrive to work on time, do your job well, so forth and so on. Your algorithm is based on everything that you're doing in your life in China already. It's called a social credit score or sesame credit. All that is based on an algorithm, a goddamn computer. That is the world that we're living in. It's not so prevalent here as it is over there, but brothers and sisters, if this world continues the way it's going, that's what's coming. Because as we read in the first article, they want to control. Let me stop sharing my screen. Let's go back to the article that we read first. Let's go back to the screen again. Let's go back to the screen again. Because this is extremely important. Where is it? Right here. Right here. This is extremely important. They want to elevate people that will be politically correct. They don't want the rest of us on social media. They don't want us. So this is the world that we are living in, brothers and sisters. This is why, if you are a YouTube creator, whether you are an individual or a camp, whatever, and you notice that your videos aren't doing what they're supposed to do, just understand you're not hitting the YouTube discoverability algorithm. And outside of people that like you, sharing your videos, outside of people hitting the like button, the dislike button, commenting, so forth and so on, your videos are not going to go anywhere. They're suppressed for a reason. So I just wanted to show you, brothers and sisters, this. I don't really have to belabor the point. I think you guys get the point. My algorithm is not going anywhere because some of y'all ain't showing love. Louis Martin, Martin, by the way, I see you in the chat, and I know that I'm supposed to talk to you. We're going to talk. Don't worry about it, brother. I know I'm supposed to call you, so we are going to talk. But I just wanted to show you, brothers and sisters, that I thought that was very, very interesting. Okay. Gathering of Israelite Nation, Neanderthals, interesting name. Shalom to you. Eleazar, Yasharallah, shalom to you. Okay. All right. So I think you guys get the point. I just wanted to share that so you brothers and sisters can do further research on that. One other thing before I jump out of here. Actually, two other things before I jump out of here, real quick, right? So if I don't know how many of you brothers and sisters are friends with me on Facebook. Oops, pressed the wrong thing. I'm gonna share my screen. I don't know how many of you guys are friends with me on Facebook. So I shared something on Instagram today. I shared something on Facebook today, and I'm sharing it with you, brothers and sisters. Just listen. Anything that we do as Israelites should be to motivate one another, push each other to greatness, to be better versions of ourselves, so forth and so on, right? So I've been getting myself back, together as far as the health, the workout, so forth and so on is concerned. I've been getting myself back together because I kind of let myself go for the first half of 2020 when, you know what hit. I kind of let myself go a little bit, which is not like me, right? And I'm getting myself back together. So we have something that we're doing within our camp, within the body, to motivate each other. And I kind of shared it on social media to be able to motivate all Israel, or as many as Israelites that want to be motivated by it. So our camp, the Lions of Israel, we have something that I dubbed the 30 for 30 challenge. Here's my post on Facebook, right? It says, Shalom, the 30 for 30 challenge. Every day, every member of Lions of Israel has to post a video clip of ourselves doing 30 push-ups or more for 30 days to motivate each other. Because I know I'm motivated to go to the gym. I don't need nobody, but not everybody's the same. So if we all see each other doing the same thing, that thing will spread, right? And I said, join us. That's for everybody, anybody. Do 30 or more push-ups for 30 days. And I put the hashtag, be the change in Israel you want to see. So here's my post from today. And every day for 30 days, Lord allow, in our camp group, I'm going to post myself doing 30 plus push-ups every single day. So today I did a variation of push-ups and I did them on the medicine ball. Check it out. So that's my 30, y'all. That's my 30. I think I did maybe 31, whatever, on the medicine balls. Added a degree of difficulty because doing 30 regular push-ups is nothing for me, right? Because I'm somebody that goes to the gym at least 5 days a week. That's really nothing for me. So I did that just to kind of motivate you, brothers and sisters. You can join in. You don't have to put your stuff up if you can't do 30 or whatever like that, just to motivate you, brothers and sisters, to do that. If you're in the Healthy Hebrews group, you're going to see a lot of posts from me doing different variations of push-ups for the next 30 days. I may not post something every day, but even every other day. In our camp group, I'm going to post something every day. Maybe not on social media so much, but I'm trying to help motivate brothers and sisters and push us in the direction of being better with our health. So we ain't got to be going to the hospital and we ain't got to be suffering from all these ailments that I'm seeing because it's really crazy. All right. Now, one last thing before I go, right? I get a lot of questions for brothers and sisters about, how to build up your energy, how to build up, so forth and so on. Obviously, first thing is first, brothers and sisters, you have to change your diet. That's number one, right? But for you brothers, because a lot of you ask me what it is that I take, what is it that I do? Well, this is the website called Wake Up Jacob 12. This is my website, right? wakeupjacob12.com. This is the website, right? And I take this right here. It's a testosterone and libido boost. Men, when it comes to building muscle, so forth and so on, testosterone is an important component to building muscle. So I take this testosterone and libido boost, which has nothing but natural herbs in it. And I do not have a libido problem. And I don't have a testosterone problem either. I got the young dudes in the gym telling me they want to work out with me. I don't have a problem, but you don't have to have a problem to take stuff. Natural things. It's supposed to be a lifestyle. So some of you guys be asking me what I do. This is what I take. The testosterone and libido boost. And some of you sisters, you have problems too in the libido area and so forth and so on as well. Not so much testosterone, but you have problems. We have something for the sisters as well. Because you sisters, you need to be in the gym too. Working out too. And if you can't get to the gym, you need to be working out at home as well. Because as is becoming the trend, and I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Now, I'm going to talk some stuff just for a second. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. It is true. Men like fit women. Now, we all have ups and downs because of life, but men like women that are fit and look like they take care of themselves. Sisters. The Bible says, it speaks about the beauty of a woman. The Bible says a man loves nothing more than that. Remember that. Remember that. Okay? So this is the website, wakeupjacob12.com. These are some of the things that I take. Another thing that's really good as well is the organic ashwagandha, right? You take the ashwagandha in conjunction. I went too far. You take the ashwagandha in conjunction with the testosterone boost, and you will see gains in your building of muscle. If you're eating right and training correctly, you will see that. And ashwagandha is one of those things that we call the quote-unquote Chinese herb. It doesn't belong to the Chinese. But it's one of those things that you call an herb that comes from that part of the world. Just so you brothers and sisters know. Okay? So, let me stop sharing my screen. So that is my story. And I am sticking with it. Mika, you late. You late. Masha, I see you. Shalom to you, bro, as well. Good to see everybody. Hopefully everybody has a blessed Sabbath. Everybody be safe. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue to stay in the spirit. Let's continue to do this job. We have a great job out here. And we have a lot of people against us in this truth, brothers and sisters. We have people against us that call themselves Israelites. And we have enemies that hate our guts that's outside of this truth. And they would give and do anything to try to interrupt this. But the Bible says that this counsel be of the Most High is going to stand. So I don't give a damn how many of your white zaddies that you consult with and use their work to write books and stuff like that. You will never do nothing against the Israelite community. So just understand that you and your white zaddies that are yours, that you're using and quoting in your books. You know what I'm talking about? So with that being said, it's your brother priest Danyaahla, representing Lions of Israel, Maccabeestv. I say peace and blessings to everybody, and I'm out.
Spacious air, reflecting the way of life under the Florida sky. Even the lobbies funnel in the great outdoors.
Chosen. set apart, set apart for God's use. Chosen. I was set apart for God's use. Formed in His image. Chosen. They say the chain of Shaitan is not that strong. They say his time is running out, he ain't got that long. They say murder, murder, kill, this is not that song. Said I won't amount to nothing, they got that wrong. Cause I was set apart and I was shown the light. And if I get the kingdom, I'll be clothed in white. 1/3 will be delivered and the rest were blinded. Their fate is set in stone, what you ain't read the fine print? Christ is gonna give a crown to us. In the end we'll have the nations bowing down to us, with their faces to the ground to us. It's the truth, as crazy as it sounds to us. Jacob forever rules, and we're his precious jewels. Showed us love and patience, put us above the nations. And that's the gospel, thank God for choosing me. Bad news for you, it's really good news for me. I was set apart for God's use. Chosen. I was set apart for God's use. Formed in His image. Let me tell you why. We have a different kind of shine, a different kind of mind. The